Good morning, everyone. How are you? I hope you're doing well. If you are living with your family, I hope that they're doing well as well. Welcome back to the PCC Music 4A Keyboard Skills class. Today is week 14. Do you have all the materials ready? We need to have the course information sheet, the big book, and also the metronome. Now let's take out the course information sheet. Turn to page 5, course outline. Today we are going to cover everything listed on week 14. Today, this week 14 is also our final exam part 2. We are going to play page 160, Manual in F major from the big book. Before we start our lecture, let's do some warm-up exercise. 5-finger pattern silent placement, both major keys and minor keys. Let's make a beautiful heart shape first. Beautiful piano hands, knuckles, and joints. Support the fingertips. Always play with our fingertips. Always trim our fingernails. Wrist up and relaxed. The 5-finger pattern major keys. The pattern for the right hand from the left side to the first note. Build a whole step, half step, whole step. For the left hand, from the first note on the left side, whole step, half step, and whole step. We're going to do the 5-finger pattern silent placement major keys. Here we go. C major, ho, half hold. D flat major, slide your hands into the keys, ho, half hold. D major, slide out, ho, half hold. E flat major, slide your hands into the keys, ho, half hold. E major, slide out, ho, half hold. F major, go to the right, ho, half hold. G flat major, slide your hands into the keys, ho, half hold. G major, slide out, ho, half hold. A flat major, slide your hands into the keys, ho, half hold. A major, slide out, ho, half hold. B flat major, slide your hands into the keys, ho, half hold. B major, watch out, go to the right, ho, half hold. And C major, slide your hands out, ho, half hold. Let's continue with the minor keys, 5-finger pattern silent placement. For the minor keys, everything is based on the major keys 5-finger pattern. All we need to do is pick up our third finger and move to the left a half step, or we can say lower our third finger or third note a half step. Then that will become 8 minor keys. Let's do 5-finger pattern silent placement in minor keys. C major, minor, D flat major, minor, D major, minor, E flat major, minor, E major, minor, F major, minor, G flat major, minor, G major, minor, A flat major, minor, A major, minor, B flat major, minor, B major, minor, and C major, minor. Now we finished the warm-up exercise. Let's take out the course information sheet, course outline, page 5. The first item we have under the repertoire, page 160, we are going to have the final exam part 2 this week on this piece, the entire piece. From the big book, page 160. Now let's review the landmark notes first, because it's so important. Knowing the landmark notes will help us read piano music much faster. Now let me take out my mini whiteboard. Ta-da! Now let's go to middle C. 3 spaces up on triple staff will be mommy C. 3 spaces down on bass staff, that would be daddy C. 2 legend lines above triple staff would be grandma C. 2 legend lines below the bass staff would be grandpa C. Here we go. Middle C, Dr. Chan's C or your C. Mommy C, 1 octave higher. Mommy C, Daddy C, 1 octave lower from middle C. Grandma C, 2 octaves higher from middle C. Grandpa C, 2 octaves lower from middle C. Middle middle C, grandma C, grandpa C. No, sorry, middle C, mommy C, daddy C, grandma C, grandpa C. All right, so once more, this is middle C. Mommy C, we also call it treble C. Daddy C, we also call it bass C. Grandma C, we also call it high C, as high. Grandpa C, we also call it low C, it's very low. Okay, so there are 5 C's you need to remember right away. Now please pause this video and make sure that you memorize all of them. Now when you come back, let's continue. Treble clef is also called G clef or treble G. Bass clef is also called F clef or bass F. Treble G, 2 lines up. Bass F, 2 lines down. Treble G. Bass F. Treble G. 5 notes above middle C. Bass F, 5 notes below middle C. Treble G goes to high G. So I'm going to use the red pen. Here is high G above the triple C, above mommy C. High G, triple G, high G. Right above triple staff. Bass F, low F. Right here, right below the bass staff, low F, triple G, high G, bass F, low F. Hope it helps. There are 9 landmark notes. Make sure you memorize all of that. Now, please pause this video and make sure that you memorize all of that. That will help us read piano music much faster. Now, let's go back to the big book, page 160. Minuet in F major. It's going to be our final exam, part 2. Last week, week 13, we learned from measure 1 through measure 8. This week, week 14, we're going to complete the entire piece from measure 9 through measure 16. This week, you're going to play the entire piece with repeat for your final exam, part 2. For the structure or the form of this piece, it's called binary formed. Binary form, there are 2 parts. This is section A, the first section, section B, the second section. Each part or each section is written to be repeated. If you don't remember the first section from measure 1 through measure 8, please go back to review my video recordings on YouTube week 13. Today, week 14, we are going to continue from measure 9 through measure 16. Andante means walking tempo. Time signature 3/4. The lower number 4 means when the quarter note gets 1 beat. The top number 3 means there are 3 beats in each measure. The key signature B flat. We have 2 possibilities, either F major or D minor. It's already told us. F major, the last note left hand is F. Right hand is also F. Let's start measure 9. Right hand first. It's super easy. We just learned it, right? What is that note? Do you remember? This is high G, one of our landmark notes. The dot means staccato, short. So measure 9 and measure 10. Our right hand is on C, mommy C, 5-finger pattern, 5-finger position. Super easy. Don't move at all. Okay, here we go. G staccato. Now legato means smoothly connected. G, E, F, E, E, G staccato. Mommy C, C, C. That's it. So we have kind of C major chord, right? C major chord in a way in F major, that would be the fifth chord. Okay, so let's try once more. Forte means loud. G, E, F, D, E, G, C. C. That's it. These two measures exactly same as measure 9 and 10. So basically, we already learned the entire piece, because this system, as I told you last week, exactly same as the second system. So let's continue measure 11 and 12. Just make it softer. G, E, F, D, E, G, C. C. The last system, if you don't remember it, go back to watch my YouTube video recording week 13 last week, and I taught you thoroughly and slowly this part. Now let's continue. Left hand, measure 9. Super easy. Landmark notes again. This is Daddy C. This is Grandpa C. Or we call it bass C, low C. That's an octave on C, right? The entire system, we only need to learn this octave. That's it. Super easy. The first one is staccato. Second one, half note, gets 2 beats. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and make sure you hear the silence on the rest. Beat 1. Now I'm going to play it very slowly for you, only these 2 measures, because this is exactly the same, measure 9 and 10. Hope you enjoy it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and maybe I should continue so you can hear the piano part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and that's it. We learned the entire piece. So I'm going to give you a demonstration on week 14, final exam part 2, the entire piece. Make sure that you need to repeat the first part, measure 1 through measure 8, and then you continue the second part, measure 9 through measure 16, and repeat again from measure 9 through measure 16. Make sure you pay attention to the notes, the rhythm, the fingerings, and make sure that you practice right hand 10 times, left hand 10 times, hands together 10 times. Make sure you practice with the metronome. Practice slowly and gradually increase your speed. Take out the metronome. Make sure we set it. Quarter note equals 80. Time signature is 3/4. Subdivision, 8th note. Hope you enjoy it. Final exam, part 2, week 14.
1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and
Hope you will enjoy it and have fun learning this piece. I really look forward to watching your beautiful YouTube video recordings. Now let's take out our course information sheet. Course online, page 5, go to week 14. After page 116, that 160. Let's continue. The second piece we're going to have under harmonization, page 165, number 1. Page 165, number 1. Michael wrote the board short. Michael wrote a bold short. Last week we learned the original key F major. Today we're going to transpose to every other keys, black keys, D flat, E flat, G flat, A flat, and B flat major. Last week we have the quiz on this one. I would like to quickly review the original key. Original key has to be so perfect. So then we can transpose to other keys. Do you remember how we learned the right hand? The first line, first position, we have the do. Move your second finger to mi. Move your fourth finger to so. The pinky will be on la. So to la is whole step. So first of all, put your 5-finger position. Put your right hand on 5-finger pattern, 5-finger position. We have do, re, mi, fa, so. So to la, whole step. We must know the 6th note. So do, second finger, mi, fourth finger, so, pinky, la. Here we go. Do, mi, so, mi, so, la, so, mi, so, la, so, mi, so. Okay, now measure 5. Watch out. We need to move back to the 5-finger pattern, original position, 5-finger pattern. So we have do, re, mi, fa, so. Here we go. Measure 5. So, okay. If you don't remember it, please go back to watch my video recordings. Week 13. Now let's continue. Prepare ourselves for our final exam, week 14. All black keys. Sorry, final exam, week 16. I'm sorry. Today is week 14. So week 16. In 2 weeks, we're going to have our last final exam, which is part 4 in all black keys. Okay, now let's start with the D flat major. All black keys, we're going to do D flat, E flat, G flat, A flat, and B flat. So let's just do D flat. Put your right hand on D flat major position. Right away, we have do, re, mi, fa, so. We need one more note, which is la, so to la, whole step. So the first line position will be do, index finger, second finger on mi, fourth finger on so, so to la, whole step. Or you can think about this is do, mi, so. Instead of using 1, 3, 5, you need to use 1, 2, 4. And pinky on la, so to la, whole step. Super easy, right? Okay, here we go. Starting from beat 3, because it's an incomplete measure. This is the first measure. Here we go. 1, 2. Do, mi, so, la, so, mi, so, la, 2, 3, 4, so, 2, mi, so. Watch out, we need to go back to the 5-finger pattern, D flat major position. So, mi, fa, re, do, re, do. That's it, not hard, right? Okay, so that's a tool I would like you to walk away with. Now we finish a D flat, let's continue E flat major. Put your hands on E flat major position. We need to have 6 notes. We need to have do, re, mi, fa, so. One more note, la, so to la, whole step. So let's make a tonic chord first, so 1 chord. Do, mi, so. We need this 3 notes. Do, move your second line, move back to the 5-finger pattern E flat major position. So Mi, Fa, Mi, Re, 2, Do, Re, Mi, Re, Do. That's it. Now let's go to G flat major. Next key is G flat. Put your hands on G flat major 5-finger pattern. We have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So to La, whole step. We need all 6 notes. Now let's make a tonic triad, tonic chord. Do, Mi, So. Let's change your fingering. Do stays here. Mi, use your 2nd finger to Mi. So, use your 4th finger on So. So to La, whole step. That's all we need. Here we go. G flat major. 1, 2. Do, Mi, So. Mi, So, La, So. Mi, So, La. 2, 3, 4. So, 2. Don't move. Mi, So. Okay, watch out. Measure 5. Shift it back to the original 5-finger pattern in G flat major. So and 2, Fa and Mi and Re and 2 and Do and Re and Mi and 2 and Re and 2 and Do and 2 and that's it. Almost there. Just 2 more keys. Hang in there. Go to the next key will be A flat major. Put your right hand on A flat major position. Right away we have the first 5 notes. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So to La, whole step. That's all we need. Now let's make an A flat major tonic chord, 1 chord. Do, Mi, So. Now let's change our fingering. Do, stay here. Mi, pick up your 2nd finger, move to Mi. So, pick up your 4th finger, move to So. So now pinky on La, So to La, whole step. That's all we need. A flat major, here we go. 1, 2. Do, Mi, So. Mi, So, La, So. Mi, So, La. 2, 3, 4. So, stay here. Mi, So. Now watch out. Move back to the original 5-finger pattern. You need to shift back to original finger pattern. Whole step, half step, whole step. From here, So and 2, Mi, Fa and Mi and Re and 2 and Do and Re and Mi and 2 and Re and 2 and Do and 2 and that's it. Almost there. Just 1 more key. B flat major, the very last one. Put your right hand on B flat major 5-finger pattern. Right away we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So to La, whole step. That's all we need. Now let's make a B flat major triad tonic chord. Do, Mi, So. Let's change our finger into 1, 2, 4. Do is here. 2nd finger on Mi, 4th finger on So, pinky on La, So to La, whole step. That's all we need. Here we go. B flat major, last one. 1, 2. Do, Mi, So, Mi, So, La, So, Mi, So, La. 2, 3, 4. So, 2, Mi, So. Okay. Now, major 5, shift back to the original 5-finger pattern, B flat major. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Mi and 2 and Re and 2 and Do and 2 and okay. So I just count the rhythm for you. So and 2, Fa and Mi and Re and 2 and Do and Re and Mi and 2 and Re and 2 and Do and 2 and so I guided you so thoroughly and slowly. I hope you understand it and hope it's helpful. Now let's continue with our left hand. Do you remember that we did a lot of drills? We practiced our heart out on 5-finger patterns and also the chord progression. This is why we have to do it over and over again. Now let's review the F major 5-finger pattern first. Put your left hand on F major. We have Do, Mi, So, Do, Fa, La, Do, Mi, So, ti fa so, do mi so, do mi so, do fa la, so to la, whole step, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do goes down to ti, half step, ti fa so, and then do mi so. Now the first key we need to transpose to is D flat major. Put your left hand on D flat major, 5-finger pattern. Here we go. Do mi so, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do mi so. Now do mi so, do fa la, so to la, whole step, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do goes down to ti, ti fa so, do mi so. Continue E flat major. Put your hands on E flat major position. Do mi so, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do mi so. Do mi so, do fa, so to la, whole step, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do goes down to ti, half step, ti fa so, do mi so. Let's continue. G flat major. Put your left hand on G flat major position. Do mi so, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do mi so. Do mi so, do fa, so to la, whole step, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do goes down to ti, half step, ti fa so, do mi so. Let's continue A flat major position. Do mi so, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do mi so. Do mi so, do fa, so to la, whole step, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do goes down to ti, half step, ti fa so, and do mi so. Almost there. One more key, B flat major, last one. Put your left hand on B flat major position. Do mi so, do fa la, do mi so, ti fa so, do mi so. Do mi so, do fa, so to la, whole step. Go back to do mi so, ti fa so, do goes down to ti, half step, ti fa so, and do mi so. That's it. For example, if we are doing G flat major, we have to put our left hand on G flat major position first. Here's one chord. Do mi so, do mi so, do fa la, do mi so, do mi so, ti fa so, do mi so, ti fa so, do mi so. That's it. Now I'm going to give you a demonstration. Your week 16 final exam part 4, the very last video recordings on YouTube that you're going to make. The very last test, last exam, final exam, you're going to play for A. We're going to transpose to D flat major, E flat major, G flat major, A flat major, B flat major, all black keys. We do not need to do the F major once more. We don't need to do F major again. Just these 5 black keys. Quarter note equals 80. We need to change the time signature to 4/4. With subdivision, 8th notes. I'm going to start with a D flat, continue E flat, G flat, A flat, and B flat. Make sure you practice your right hand at least 10 times a day, left hand 10 times, hands together 10 times. You might want to practice, let's say, Monday D flat major, Tuesday E flat major, Wednesday G flat major, Thursday A flat major, B flat. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you just review it over and over again. I really look forward to watching your very wonderful YouTube video recordings on this piece. Okay, here we go. Here's a demonstration for you. Hope you enjoy it.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and
likely need to start on B3 because it's an incomplete measure. I hope that my lecture is helpful to you, and I hope that you enjoy my lecture today. I look forward to watching your very wonderful, beautiful YouTube video recordings, and I'm truly looking forward to welcome you back next Monday. Please continue to have fun learning and playing the piano. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.